Hi everyone, here's the video for week 8. So taking a quick look at week 7. Thank you everybody for your participation in the discussion so far. I think that it's been going pretty well. And thank you also for sharing your test questions. I made a comment last week that if you're going to post, be sure to also share feedback with your peers so that there's a balance between it, that you're not just asking for feedback. And I noticed that the participation in this really dropped this week. It's optional, so I'm not concerned about it for your grade, but I hope that my comment didn't cause you to not share it just because you didn't have time maybe to share feedback with others. So keep my comment from before in mind that yes, we need to give feedback to each other and not only take the feedback, but please feel free to share your assignment still, even if you don't have time to always give feedback to each other. So I hope that you'll still share it if you choose to. And then you've submitted your test questions by Sunday. So make sure that you use the feedback that I give you as you work on your test question 3 assignment. They'll be a little bit different because this test question 2 assignment was based on completion and matching and short answer questions. And in week 8, you'll have your third and final writing test question assignment, and it will be based on essays, and you'll include a rubric. So the formatting will be a little bit different, but I think it'll still be kind of challenging to create the questions that you need to. And looking back at week 7, I had this question about who's interested in doing a video chat discussion, and several of you responded to that. So thank you. And we'll talk about that in the framework for week 8. So for week 8, we're going to look at essay tests and rubrics. And your learning activities this week will be to read a handout about creating essay questions and to create or do this tutorial about creating a rubric. You'll probably want to plan 30 or 45 minutes for this because it is a tutorial that goes through and builds upon it to show you how to create a rubric using an example. And so plan a little bit of time for doing that, but I think it will be informative. And then there are some optional resources that you can use to get more information about writing rubrics, because rubrics can be a little bit complicated just because they're something that a lot of people haven't done before, and they need to be fairly in depth in order to give you the specificity that you need in order to make a rubric that is as close to objective as we can get it to be. If you have a super generic rubric, well, then it's open to interpretation for you, or if you're giving it to others to grade, it's open to interpretation for how they grade it exactly. So part of having a rubric is that an ideal rubric would be that you could give it to somebody else with the assignment and they could grade it the same way that you would grade it, because it has enough detail and enough clarification between the different categories on what's expected for getting different points that somebody else could grade it. Most of the time that doesn't happen to quite that extent because they can be challenging to make them that thorough. But even creating a fairly straightforward or not quite as in-depth rubric can still help the instructor to be more objective in their grading, so that they're basing their grades on criteria that are pre-established rather than just whatever they feel about the student or about their answer. It has criteria to meet. So hopefully that will be helpful, and those resources will be helpful for you. So you need to submit by Sunday this test question 3 assignment. And then also make sure that you post in the discussion board. Or this week, we're going to try doing a video chat discussion, which will replace your participation in the online forum. So I talk about this more right here in the discussion section. So several people from the question I posted last week said that they were available in the evenings, and most people said that they were available Friday or Saturday evenings. So I chose to create a discussion for a video chat on Friday, March 3rd, which is this Friday at 8 p.m. so that hopefully it's late enough in the day that people can be there. I need to get my kids to bed, and then we can do the video chat. I also decided to do it on Friday instead of Saturday, so that if you're planning on coming but for some reason aren't able to make it, you'll still have Saturday and Sunday that you can post online in the discussion forum so that you're not missing those points. So you need to do one or the other. You can post online, which would be the required regular 2 posts or more, or you can participate in the video chat. But if you come to the video chat, I expect you to participate there as well, that you're not just sitting there watching, but that you are contributing to the discussion and talking about the questions and adding to the conversation. So that will be my expectation for that. And we'll use the same questions for the regular discussion board for the start of our discussion in the video chat. So that's what you can use to prepare for that meeting. And if I get on Friday night and there's nobody, then I will just know that nobody was able to come this week. Or if you would like to come but have a problem with the time, you can send me an email and we can see if there are other people who have similar problems. I know we won't be able to get everybody on the same page just because everybody has different schedules and different requirements for work and school and life. But hopefully this will work for at least some people. And then depending on how this goes, we could have another one maybe next week, or maybe I can open it up from there for you to just have a discussion on your own without me being there. But this will give us a starting point. And I will try to record the discussion that we have and post it to the Moodle page so that you can see it in case it's helpful for you to hear us talking about the different concepts from the week. So that will be optional to view. It'll be up to you, but I'll try and post that so that you can have it if you would like. So then here are the questions for the regular discussion forum. You'll see that, let's go back to the main page, that for week 8, the discussion is required, and either here or from the video chat, and you need to submit your test questions. Optionally, you can share your test question assignment with your peers if you would like. That's up to you. And then I think that's it for this week. So let me know if you have questions. I am glad to help and answer any questions you have about essay questions or rubrics or whatever it is that you need. So let me know, and I will see you online.